Hello, everyone. Welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 50 for February 4th, 2024. We are a good chunk into the Ultra Member submissions. In fact, I feel like we will finish them this video, but this is actually the most Ultra Member submissions we have ever had here on the show. What is making that noise? It was this. It was my thermos. Weird. Now it's not making it anymore. We had the most Ultra submissions ever for the show. All right? We'll see if we can get through them all in this video or not. But thank you all to the Ultra members who have submitted these clips and supported the channel this week. If you want to be someone to get your video clip watched next week, if you become an Ultra member, it's guaranteed we will watch it on the show. Thank you for your support. Let's continue. It's my local airport, SeaTac International. They're showing off the Emirates brand new Boeing 777 plane. Oh, yeah. It goes to Dubai long haul. Oh, cool. So yeah, we watched the video. Was it last week or the week before where it was the Emirates? It was the Emirates food, and apparently they have insane gourmet food on their flights. And I've never had a flight like that. A full service bar. Is this the Emirates Lounge? Because each airport has like little private areas for certain kind of flights. Hey, look at that. Different kinds of drinks, fruit drinks. An actual salad bar. Wow. Fancy. Dirty rice. Pork belly. Trinidadian pork belly. Look at this food you can get there at the airport. That's pretty cool. A roasted chicken. It's much better than going to, you know, the McDonald's line and paying $27 for like a Big Mac meal. Soup, some kind of soup. I don't know if I would want to eat the broccoli and cheddar soup right before I go on a flight. It's probably a mistake. Too much cheese. Yeah, look. It's basically a hangout place to wait for your flight. Testing the Wi-Fi speed in their lounge. It's good. It's good Wi-Fi speed. Super good. Last time I was at the airport was 2019. Yeah, 2019 when I flew to Connecticut. So that was what, the American Express Lounge? Is what they were saying. I guess if they're part of American Express as a customer, they were able to stay there. Yeah, SeaTac's pretty good. They got a good amount of stores, restaurants, and stuff, but of course it's all insanely expensive. Alright, well, I don't want to walk through the airport. It's kind of boring. Is this the plane? That's the plane they're going to be on? The Boeing 777 300ER extended range model. So they're going to Dubai. So that's a crazy long flight, right? That's got to be a super long flight. Maybe that's why it's called the extended range model, right? I've never been on an Emirates plane. Look at this. You got your screen. You got your incredibly way too small cramped area. They always have a free magazine. It's all ads, though. Nothing to read. It's just fucking ads. Your safety card. Free headphones, noise-canceling model. Interesting. I think most flights will provide you free headphones if you ask, but usually they're not very good. There's the crappy pillow. Treat yourself. So yeah, look. They're flying north over... Is that over Canada? Yeah, they're flying completely north through Canada. Curving all the way around... is that Greenland? Damn, it departs at 4:05 p.m. and arrives the next day, 6:30 p.m. That is definitely extended range. So they're going to be on this for 14 freaking hours. Oh my god. Oh, you can actually have an external camera on the plane on your screen. That's interesting. Amenities. Toothbrush. Eye mask.
By now, your tray table, TV screen, and footrest should be folded away.
Let's fast forward a bit. I wonder what food are they offered? Are they offered that crazy good food that we saw last week? Or was it 2 weeks ago? Here's them taking off. Right? Looks like they're watching TV, playing games. Here's the bathroom. Let's look at the bathroom. The lavatory. Perfume and a hand and body lotion to use. Slap it right on your butt. Baby changing station. Interesting toilet. The in-flight menu, 2 full meals provided and a mid-flight snack. If you're on a 14-hour flight, they've got to give you some kind of a real meal. Couscous salad, grilled chicken with herbs, Beingan palak, apple blackberry torte, an Emirates pizza, cheese selection. Interesting. Sounds good, actually. Now, is that for everybody? DJ Texas is only first class, gets food. Is that true, though? If you're on a flight that's 14 hours, wouldn't they just give you the food? Dinner is served just 40 minutes after you take off. Whoa. Refresher toilet. Honey roasted. I got grilled chicken with herbs, pesto, creamed rice, and ratatouille. Ratatouille. Couscous salad, triple chocolate delice. That doesn't look half bad. This was definitely the highlight. Oh, the chocolate. You like the chocolate. They're at Dawson's Creek. There you go. This is the, oh, look at this. Mid-galley, a banana, snack mix, and choco biscuits. That's what you can get. A star projection ceiling. Then you grab the snack. Oh, what's this? He got the pizza. He was watching Harry Potter. Stone oven baked pizza margarita. He's watching Harry Potter. Of all things to watch. That doesn't look too good. 7-Up and a pizza. Vegetarian pizza. That doesn't look very good. Extremely hot and delicious. I don't know. There you go. Potter and pizza on your Emirates flight. The perfect combo. Woke up to the sunrise. Oh, here's the other meal. Okay. 2 hours before you land. The breakfast service. Look at this. Mixed fruits. A Greek yogurt. Protein bar. A bun. And he got scrambled eggs with chives. Potato wedges and baked beans. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I think everything there is good, except that you saw the seat's too small. Can you imagine sitting there for 14 hours on that cramped ass thing? Like, I don't know, man. Especially me, a guy with me who has like back problems. Probably my back would start killing me after like 3-4 hours. Now imagine having to be there for 14 hours. Like, ugh. Yes, baked beans for breakfast are a huge thing in the UK. They always have beans for breakfast. So that was it. That was interesting.
You go home to visit your parents for the holidays. Your father is
No, I don't.
reclined on a lazy boy watching a cable TV movie on his smart TV that's made by a brand you've never even heard of. And for some reason, even though the movie is 16:9 aspect ratio, the TV is blowing it out to be cinematically hot dog. Also, it looks like a soap opera running at Counter-Strike frame rate because of the motion smoothing option that's forced on by default. You look down and see two remotes sitting on the coffee table. One for the cable TV box molded by a brontosaurus during the Paleolithic cave time era, and one for the Roku smart TV. Do you attempt to explain to your father how you could potentially fix all these issues using the two remotes, or do you choose to say nothing? Both of these options will end horribly. Technology is incredible. We as humans, we can't fathom what we would be without the technology to check our emails or watch our ASMR slime videos or listen to our AI procedurally generated crypto podcast called Crypto Crunk. How to wear a Patagonia vest or die trying. But unfortunately, technology is not created equally. For every beautifully engineered Game Boy Advance SP that still somehow turns on 20 years later, there's something much more dark and sinister lurking.
Exorcist clip.
Soldier game handheld.
Oh,
Some
Soldier
people
Boy.
invent the telephone, and some other people invent a device that you plug into your computer that farts out smells depending on what you're looking
Oh,
at.
how nice.
That was real. It's called the DigiSense I Smell, which is what someone asks their friend after a date. Did she sense I smell? And sometimes companies put out faulty garbage just to try to make as much money as quickly as possible and don't really care and say, we do not care. You know, in order to get good laptops, maybe a couple of them gotta blow up.
Duh.
You know? In order to get good smartphones, maybe a couple of them gotta blow up.
Exploding smartphone.
But even if your everyday technology isn't blowing up, it can still kind of be a piece of shit. Smart TVs are super common and cheap now, which on the one hand is awesome. You know, everyone from Joe Schmo to Joe Millionaire can afford to have access to thousands of hit prestige television series such as Joe Millionaire. What the hell is going on here? But the reason these smart TVs cranked out by brands you've never even heard of like Roku or Hayabusa are so dirt cheap is because the processors they use are made out of dirt cups. You know, the child's dessert with pudding and gummy worms, that's what's powering your TV. If you've ever wondered why there's a 49-second input delay between hitting a button and something actually happening on the screen, and why the on-screen keyboard feels like medieval ball torture, it's because the dirt cup is on a hamster wheel and he is losing his mind.
Wow.
Thank you, dirt cup. Please don't just stay alive until I finish Succession. Also, smart TVs are so cheap because they sell a shit ton of ad space right on your home
That's
screen.
true.
Cool stuff like Wendy's or Punk'd Season 2 presented by Verizon. Or a separate Roku streaming device to plug into your Roku TV in your Roku pajamas in your Roku house with your Roku spouse and a Roku blouse while your Roku cat named Cole Sprouse gets pounced by a Roku mouse who's gonna douse your house. I have a pretty nice ass TV. I know, YouTuber moment, this ball is full of nickels, but I'll never tell you the code. It's an LG OLED and the picture is literally amazing. Like the color definition and clarity, it's awesome. But even this expensive ass TV comes preloaded with shit like True Motion and sharpness cranked all the way up.
Yeah.
And the UI and
It's true. All this stuff is so fucking bloated with crap. The moment you buy your TV, you got to go into it and disable a bunch of shit. This one, I have a Sony TV, and I had to go through and look at all the settings to make sure that all the crap was disabled because it has stuff on by default that makes it run like shit. And it's probably intentional, honestly. You got to wonder how many people out there just buy a piece of technology like a new TV and never configure it. They just plug it in and they think, oh, it's working, right? Well, smart TVs. Is there anything else he has to say? To sponsor modern tech? Basically what he's doing, he's criticizing a lot of stuff. I don't know why he's saying the Ouya, because that thing just failed miserably. The Ouya, which was supposed to be an open source console, and it failed. Planes. Well, we just saw some planes. Let's just watch a little bit of the modern tech segment, and then we'll go to the next video.
Gabi's litter box must update to version firmware 1.87 so that her turds can voice chat with other cats' turds. Why is modern tech always trying to get rid of time-tested stuff like physical buttons? What the hell is wrong with buttons? Oh, you want to turn off your PS4? Gently place your finger on this Sony clitoris and wait for something to hopefully happen. Apple loves getting rid of not only buttons, but doing all sorts of dumb shit. F your buttons, okay? Here's a tiny touchscreen. It can do cool stuff like simulate buttons. Oh, you want standard handy ports on your MacBook Pro to do creative work like a SD card reader or an HDMI cable? Yeah, that's not, we don't make those anymore. Port machine broke. We only got USB-C. Guess you got an S on my B till I Z. Well, they ditched the touch bar and brought back standard ports and MagSafe charging on the new MacBooks and they're way better again? What the hell? But Microsoft, no. They've never made anything back. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Is there something behind? Oh my God. Controversial take. I had a Zune.
I did too.
And I actually kind of liked it.
I
Don't
did
get me
too.
wrong, it did not feel cool to use compared to the iPod. Like, I never let anyone see it, but it got the job done, and you know, it came in cool colors that
It was cheaper than the iPod. It pretty much had all the exact same features of the iPod. It had a good resolution for videos. I actually, the original Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic videos, whenever a new one came out, I would auto-load it into my Zune software and then have it load into my Zune to take with me on trips and to work. I would go on break at work and watch videos, or go in my car and watch a video while I was eating lunch or something like that. I actually liked the Zune a lot. And it was, like I said, what a great alternative to the iPod, which was just monstrously overexpensive.
specifically chose to design to market to kids, you know, like Brown. Internet Explorer, Clippy, Windows Vista, Bing. There's a lot of things Microsoft has made over the years that I would certainly deem crappy, but the launch Xbox 360 was practically made to kill. Everybody knows about the red ring of death, but did you know that the failure rate of the original Xbox 360 is 54.2%?
I had, over the course of the Xbox 360 as an early, well, first of all, before I was a YouTuber, the original one I bought broke within a month. And then the replacement broke within, I think I want to say 1 to 2 years. Then I became a YouTuber. And as a YouTuber, I think I went through 5 Xbox 360s. Because I had the original white model, the black model, the slim. Remember they had like the deluxe slim model or whatever? I had that one. I'm pretty sure I went through 5 Xbox 360s just to play games. The thing was, I still loved the console. I loved the features. I loved the controller. I loved the wireless connectivity. That wasn't shitty Bluetooth. There was so much I liked about it that I put up with the red ring. Really. I think I sent in, I want to say, over the course of the life cycle of the console, I'm pretty sure I sent in 3 of them for factory repair because they were under warranty and they repaired them and sent them back to me. So, all right. I think this is a trailer people wanted me to watch for the new upcoming Sonic game. Yes. So I think it's a remake of Sonic Generations, but also with Shadow. So now it has new stages and content. So what's funny about this is this game already looked like this on the 360. Like I remember playing it on the 360 and it totally looks like this. Like I don't know what they're exactly upscaling or improving. But of course they're adding Shadow, and that's brand new. Shadow was not in the original. So look at this. Yeah, he has his own stages. Now, are his stages from Shadow the Hedgehog games? Because I've never played a Shadow the Hedgehog game. So I actually don't even know what his stages would be like. Are they new stages? Like, I don't know what they are. I don't even know, is this a remake or not? Or is this new? I don't know. Right? It's probably a remake, right? It's probably a remake of the original game. Sonic X Shadow Generations. So it's a remake of Sonic Generations, but then they're adding Shadow in as a character with new stages, right? Darziak says, did they remove Shadow's guns? In the original game, did he have the guns? I know there were games where he had guns, but I never played a Shadow the Hedgehog game, so I don't know if they've removed the guns or not. Looks interesting. If you guys are interested in it, perhaps I would check it out. He had guns in the original.
For some, these 3 words stir up images of nerds huddled in basements, clutching oddly shaped dice, and speaking in tongues. For others, it's an exciting gateway into a world of imagination and adventure. But what exactly is Dungeons and Dragons? Dungeons and Dragons, often abbreviated to D&D, is a fantasy tabletop role-playing game, or RPG, first published back in 1974. It was created by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson. The game is played with a series of rule books, maps, and multi-sided dice, the most famous of these being the D20. But its heart lies not in these physical elements, but in the stories that players weave together. D&D games are led by a Dungeon Master, or DM, who guides the story. He's the guy behind the screen. The DM describes scenarios,
Is this guy's whole channel this? No, it's one-shot questers. Oh, questers. Maybe his whole channel is this stuff.
player characters, and interprets the game rules. The rest of the players create and roleplay characters of their own. Creating a character involves choosing a race, like an elf or dwarf, a class such as a wizard or rogue, and generating a set of ability scores. These scores, along with the character's race and class, determine their strengths and weaknesses in the game. What was that? I don't know. Once the game begins, players describe their character's actions and the DM describes the outcomes, often requiring players to roll dice to determine the success or failure of their actions. The game unfolds like an improvised play, with all the dialogue, drama, and suspense you'd expect from a great story. The stories told in D&D can be varied as the players themselves. They might involve rescuing a princess from a dragon, exploring ancient ruins, or even negotiating political intrigue in a royal court. Over the years, Dungeons and Dragons has grown from a niche hobby to a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless other games, movies, and books. It's more than just a game.
And that movie was great. It's a shame because apparently the movie did poorly. And they're never going to make another one, but that movie was really, really good. What was it called? Honor Among Thieves or whatever? It was really good.
A community of millions who share a love for storytelling, creativity, and adventure. So the next time you see those oddly shaped dice or hear someone talking about their level 10 sorcerer, remember, they're not just playing a game. They're part of a worldwide storytelling tradition. A tradition that, like any good story, continues to evolve. Dungeons and Dragons, imagination, adventure, and community. That's what this game is all about.
So, I'm curious, over the years that D&D has become more and more popular, and of course now we have games like Baldur's Gate 3 that's set in the D&D universe. If you play a real game of D&D, or in-person physical game, have they created props, figures? Because I know tabletop gaming is huge, and when I think Warhammer 40K, I think they have all those figures that they use, right? But does D&D have that? Or is D&D the originator from 1974 and doesn't have that, and all the other games that kind of bit off of D&D have added to that? Because I never, you know, you take a look, oh, here they're playing, and all they're dressed up, right? But I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually do like an elaborate game of D&D with this, like a setup. It's always like, okay, we're here and we're talking and we have pad and paper, because we're tracking stats, but I've never seen anyone, like, again, I just keep thinking Warhammer, that I walked into one of those stores, the tabletop gaming store, and there's a zillion Warhammer vehicles, figures, accessories, and things that they use when they play the game, but I don't see, like, a giant D&D section. Lady Christmas says, yes, there are entire sets that you can buy. Oh, cool. 90s guy says, didn't we watch a video about a guy who made his own D&D figures? Yes, but that was the point I'm making, is that he made his own, as opposed to, is it really, like, maybe D&D, because it was the originator, it's more about imagination, and then all the others after the fact were the ones that, oh, Warhammer and this one and that one, and they're the ones who actually integrated all the figures and things. Because if the guy had to make his own, it's because they didn't have them, right? Okay. Well, I guess what it is it originated without them, but you can get them. But maybe a lot of people just want to be purists and play it without them, right? All right, this is a good place to split the part. We've got one Ultra member submission left, and then we go to the standard playlist. It's perfect because we're halfway through the show. So we had half Ultra, and now we'll go to the submissions level of member submissions next. Cool. All right, guys, thank you. Great show so far this week. I hope you're enjoying the show, and I will see you in part 4 for episode 50 of DSP versus the Internet. See you soon.